This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. Parents, former teachers, a former school board member, and a youth advocate urged Congress to hold the Bureau of Indian Education accountable to fix issues at the Chemawa Indian School in Oregon. They testified at a House subcommittee hearing Thursday examining health and safety risks of Native children at BIE boarding schools. Parents and teachers say conditions at the school, such as lack of policies, poor communication, harsh student discipline, and lack of trauma-informed care, has led to mental and behavioral health issues, substance abuse, and even death. Youth advocate Tiana Casey urged for cultural tools and training.
Students do not see themselves reflected in the curricula or classrooms. From education models that prioritize Eurocentric interpretations of pan-indigeneity to teachers that impose Christian religious beliefs on Native spiritual traditions, students feel alienated and misunderstood in the classroom. One student recalled a reflection paper in which they wrote that they would feel more self-confident if they saw more of their Indigenous identity in the classroom. At the time, the student was told, "The school is not going to change this just for you." This is unacceptable. All core subjects have the potential to include Native content. Native students must have access to Native teachers and educators that have the cultural training and tools to support their unique needs in the classroom and beyond.
Other witnesses called for local jurisdiction because supervisors and policymakers live in other states. They also say there's a need for community input and more empowerment from the school board. Mark Cruz with Interior Department Indian Affairs for Policy and Economic Development told lawmakers the BIE is taking steps. Cruz says they take claims at the school seriously and have a reorganization plan and strategic plan of action, which includes wraparound services. Lawmakers on the Subcommittee for Indigenous Peoples pressured for further action from the agency. Chemawa is one of 4 boarding schools operated by the BIE. The Arizona Republic reports high school senior Larissa Juan Sisseton Wahpeton Oyate was turned away from her graduation ceremony Thursday in Surprise, Arizona. She reportedly was not allowed to enter the stadium because she was wearing a feather and beaded cap. Her family tried to get prior approval from the district, but was denied, citing school policy. The ACLU also got involved, urging for changes and religious freedom. The district, in a statement, stood by its policy and said the student was offered to wear traditional clothing under her gown. Leaders from New Mexico's Pueblos, Navajo, and Apache tribes met with Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham and her cabinet secretaries this week in Albuquerque. Healthcare, education, and water concerns were addressed at the Tribal Leaders Summit. Discussions also included language and cultural preservation. New Mexico has a cabinet-level Indian Affairs secretary to help with relationship building. Lujan Grisham says tribes have not been treated with respect in recent years, and her administration is working to change that. Tribal leaders also expressed the need to work together for the benefit of their communities. Flags on the Navajo Nation are at half-staff in honor of Navajo Code Talker Fleming Begay Sr. Begay served in 2 battles during World War II. He was later awarded the Congressional Silver Medal of Honor. Begay owned and operated a trading post on the Navajo Nation following his service. He passed away last week at age 97. Funeral services are set for Friday in Chinle, Arizona. I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced by Koahnic Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Support by the law offices of Sonosky, Chambers, Saxe, Miller, and Monkman, a national tribal rights law firm with offices in Washington, D.C., New Mexico, California, and Alaska, and online at www.sonosky.com.
Support by AARP. AARP creates and connects people to unique tools and programs, helps conserve personal resources, and tackles issues that matter most to individuals, families, and communities. More at aarp.org.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.